Today marks the beginning of the NHL All-Star Weekend, and so I wanted to talk about something that has been bugging me for a while now. It doesn't have anything to do with the players selected, nothing to do with the format, nor anything about the time slots. No, it actually has to do with this Rogers commercial. At first glance, it seems completely normal. It features Crosby getting into a limo, then Connor McDavid comes down the walkway and gets into the same limo. No big deal, right? But did you notice it? That's right. Someone has been cut out of this commercial. There's an all-star missing. In case you don't see where, let's run through the proof. The biggest proof is that you actually see several shots of the player, but their face is cut out. They're actually the first player we see in the commercial. They're this person in a gray suit getting into the limo in the very first shot. We can tell this is a different player because Crosby is wearing a black suit, not a gray one. Then we can actually see them in every shot of the backseat of the limo. Look, their shoulder is visible the whole time. If seeing them isn't enough though, Crosby literally nods at someone as he gets into the limo. Not to mention the fact that he sits in the middle seat, which would be really odd if there wasn't already someone sitting in the furthest seat. On top of that, when McDavid opens the door to get in, he says,
"Hey fellas, room for one more?"
Fellas, plural, implying that there's already more than one person sitting in the back seat. There's also a bunch of weird editing around some lines from the driver that absolutely screams re-recording, likely because he originally was addressing 3 players, but they had to cut one out. Now that we've established there's clearly someone cut out of this commercial, one question remains. Who? Well, let me tell you, I think I know exactly who it is. Dear viewers, the player cut out of this commercial is none other than Connor Bedard himself. Think about it. McDavid, Crosby, and Bedard are all locks for their respective teams when it comes to the All-Star Weekend, so they likely recorded this commercial early in the season or even in the preseason. But then, the unexpected happens. Connor Bedard fractures his jaw in early January and has to miss the All-Star Weekend. Rogers and the NHL don't have time to film another commercial, so they hurriedly cut around Bedard so that the commercial still makes sense, and then they air it even though there's clearly someone missing. If it isn't Bedard, which I really think it is, it definitely makes the most sense, then it's probably Jack Eichel for the same reason. He also suffered an injury in early January and has to miss the All-Stars. So he's my backup pick, but it's Bedard. I think we all know that it's probably Bedard. But let me know what you think. Have I cracked the case? Will Rogers and the NHL ever reveal the secret behind this mystery? Unless they confirm a player, I suppose we'll never know for sure.